Hey, Dick. Grimskull here. Welcome to Trash Cinema, episode 102, where we discuss Slashlorette Party. Y'all motherfucking for treat. Hit the intro.
Here we are with Trash Cinema, episode 102. We have some new hosts here today. We have this is Steve Arangio and Grimskull.
I can't believe you convinced me to do this
Why would you say that? That's messed up. And the voice of...
What's going on? Mike Roth here, coming from you from space.
Yeah, so we're here today to talk about Slashlorette Party.
Slashlorette Party is a 2020 film. It's about a woman getting married. The bride and the groom, they do a dual bachelorette party, and madness ensues when people start getting picked off one by one.
This one's definitely a doozy.
A B movie.
Yeah, it's definitely a doozy. I would say that, to say the least. Film came out in 2020. It's by A&P Productions. Bride-to-be is taken to a woodland cabin for a bachelorette party, but the fun stops when an uninvited party starts cutting down the guest list. It's directed by Angelica de Alba and Paul Ragsdale. It's also written by them as well.
Okay.
Follows the story of Bree, who is going to get married. Bree has reservations about the wedding with her fiancé Dolph. Does a 3.5 on IMDb.
I don't think it deserves a 3.5.
Can we talk about the two different trailers? How there's like the fake trailer to the trailer, and then the actual trailer. We'll show the actual clip right here. Here's the first fake trailer.
Little did they know that an uninvited guest was outside, waiting, watching. Some people have eyes for the bride, and some people don't.
Look at that! Actually looks better than the actual movie.
It does. Didn't we read something about they had to like recast the whole movie because most of the people, if not all of the people, dropped out. Well, I think there was most of the people dropped out of the film.
One thing I will say though, and we all did agree when we first watched this, that the soundtrack was really, really good. The synth score.
Yeah, I liked the music was good, but I mean, aside from that, like, everything falls short. It's not scary. The kills are not interesting. There's nothing that it offers you that you haven't seen with every other horror film. Maybe the first cast would have been better, maybe better acting, who knows? But yeah, it definitely was not a great film.
So the movie starts off. It's a dream sequence,
Mm-hmm.
and we meet the character Bree, right? Bree,
and her husband Dolph. Yes.
Dolph Lundgren. And Bree has like a nightmare of her death or something like that, right?
Yeah, she does. She gets stabbed in the dream, and then she wakes up in like a panic, and she's in bed with her husband.
And then they decide to do a
Combo Bachelorette Bachelor Party!
Oh, the toy knife stab. Yeah. In the beginning, the first stab, when Dolph stabs her, it looks like a friggin' toy, like a cheap-ass, like, Toys R Us friggin' toy. Do you remember that?
The first kill?
The first dream sequence kill.
Oh, yeah.
Of Dolph stabbing her. It looks like a very cheap toy.
You could see her like stomach or kind of like go in, as if it's a retractable knife.
Yeah, it looks terrible.
Very,
it looks
very cheap.
awful.
Yeah.
And then Bree visits the therapist, these hipster guys, Oh, the
I
Pokeball
was gonna
couch.
say, forget about the Pokeball,
Pokeball
couch.
couch.
Yeah.
Bree sees the therapist. She has a bunch of anxiety before this surprise bachelorette party. And Bree actually wants to call off the wedding with Dolph
Yeah.
because she realizes he's a real jerk. He's a real nincompoop.
I think she's yeah, it just seems like well, it just I don't want to again, I don't want to ruin anything, but it doesn't seem like she loves him. I mean, from the get-go, so
Yeah, he comes off as a real piece of work.
yeah. Wasn't he
I'll refrain from cursing. He's a real jerk.
what was
We'll
he
say that.
what was he saying? He's like, "Oh, fall in line." He told her to fall
Yeah,
in line.
fall in line. He's
and
like
then,
throwing her around.
Yeah.
The toy machete. So remember the
Oh,
machetes
yeah.
literally look like toys,
Mhm.
and they're in the woods. They pull them out of the briefcase, but it doesn't actually fit
Yeah,
in the
that's
briefcase.
all right. So if you're gonna have a machete, I get, maybe they brought the suitcases to look inconspicuous, but at the same time, like you're carrying a briefcase through the woods, like what the fuck think it's gonna be, yeah. And there's no reason for the briefcase.
There's not. They just the two hipsters just come out and they just do this whole like dramatic entrance, and they have a toy machete and I think a toy axe. It just looks terrible. Bree and Naya hook up. I remember that the girl Naya,
Yeah.
she had a crush on her the whole time
Yeah.
secretly, and she's been trying to like pull Bree away.
Hmm.
And she left a letter, right? She left a letter.
She left a
and
letter
then
that Dolph found the letter,
finds the
yeah,
letter,
and she didn't mean for Dolph to find. She wanted Bree to find it, and kind of I guess confess how she feels.
Yeah, she confesses her love to her, and she wants her to break up with Dolph and run away. But just as that happens, it's party time, party time, party time.
And then isn't that right around the time the therapist her therapist shows up at her bachelorette
Why
party.
the hell
Otherwise,
would your therapist
my
go
therapist is here.
to your cabin in the woods bachelorette party?
Yeah.
Like, what therapist is gonna go that far? And unless you are like a Michael Myers or something like that.
Well, it kind of ties into the plot.
Spoiler.
Well, I'm not
Alert
I'm not
here.
spoiling anything.
You're
She's
bordering.
there. Obviously, she's there for a reason. I'm not gonna say what.
I know
mean,
she's there for a reason,
Yeah.
but the initial setup is kind of ridiculous.
And realistically, a therapist isn't gonna show up.
Go all the way out of their way.
How did she even know where it was?
Must be a paid therapist.
Yeah.
Or like I said, like a Dr. Loomis.
I mean, how do you think she afforded the Pokeball couch?
I don't know.
Must have
She's
been
getting
expensive.
Pokeball couch money.
Must have been an expensive Poke.
A lot of goofy characters in
he-
that movie.
did
Like
he look
that
like-
stripper guy.
Wait.
That was totally unfunny. Remember the whole stripper
Stripper cop.
he was stripper cop, but the whole stripper office hotline place.
Yeah,
Like,
it looked like
the humor in this is just so forced. I didn't like it at all.
Yeah, I thought the what's funny? It's just like the stripper cop aspect of the film. It's just so forgettable. Because I think they have like one scene before the stripper cop actually shows up to the. It just seemed so out of place for me. I don't know. It just seemed like very, very, like what's the point? He didn't really do anything. And then there were the other strippers, of course.
So let's talk about the first actual kill.
Okay.
So we watched it. Let's just check out the first actual kill. I rate that a 2. It's the machete kill.
Yeah. I thought. Yeah. I agree with that. I thought it was. I mean, she's impaled, but at the same time, it's just like.
And Mike, what do you say, Mike?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with 4 trash bags.
Yeah. So Mike's going with a 4. I'm going with a 2. Steve's a 2. That's a 2 for me. We'll move on to the kill montage. So there's 5 deaths in a row here. Let's show the kill montage.
That was it, for Christ's sakes. I was expecting a bloodbath.
Grimskull, he just wants more gore. That's all he ever wants, this guy. He doesn't. His bloodlust is
He
endless.
likes blood. He likes guts. He likes gore. He likes the.
So,
kills.
I'm going with a 4 with that. It's actually not. It's probably the best sequence of kills in the film.
Are you rating it so high because there's so many kills at one time, or is it just one or two kills stands out to you?
I think just because the combination of all of them together like kind of work. From the girl getting hit in the face with the axe, and then the next one, then the next one.
I thought that there were a few cool kills, which I would say like 3.5 or 4 around there somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty good. I kind of liked that.
Other than the music, I thought that was probably the most interesting part of the film.
So now is your spoiler portion. Start mentioning spoilers.
Okay.
Here, if you want to talk about the therapist, you were mentioning that before. If you want to
Yeah.
tell the people about that.
Yeah. So the therapist shows up. What would you say, like an hour into the film, 45 minutes into the film?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Bree's therapist shows up to the bachelorette party.
Slashlorette Party.
Sorry, Slashlorette Party.
Go with the title.
Therapist shows up to the Slashlorette Party, and
Get the name right, or AMP is coming after you.
they're gonna sue me. And she has her 2 sons, who for some reason she's hoping to set up her 2 serial killer sons at a bachelorette.
But the killers, their motive is they killed all these people because they want a date. They want dates.
Which is just
That's
like
ridiculous.
It's
It's
so dumb.
stupid.
It's so dumb.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah. So for some reason, if they kill all their friends, like, oh, I'll date you. What the hell is that? It makes no
motives. Yeah, it's a horrible plot.
That's probably
It's
the
a horrible
worst
plot.
motive I've ever seen in any horror film. I can't think of a worse one.
The reveal of the therapist being
Yeah.
the mother Voorhees of these 2 hipster
Clearly.
crazy guys that
yeah.
want dates was just cringe, very cringe worthy.
Yeah.
Oh, Bree cuts Sant's hand off. Let's check out that one. I gave it a 1.
Not a great kill. I'd say
It looks like a toy hand. It looks terrible.
0!
1.5.
Grimskull says 0. Mike says 0. Okay, so Bree then, after everything's said and done, wakes up after the cabin trip to see a ghost of Nia, but
Naya.
somehow she's still with Dolph.
Naya.
Oh, Naya.
Naya.
Okay, Naya,
Yeah.
Nia.
Yeah.
Naya, you're right. It's very abrupt. It's very confusing ending. They're like in the cabin. It's very intense, and then it's ghost Naya,
Mhm.
and then she's back with Dolph after she hated Dolph the entire movie. So I'm still confused.
Okay, so
So it is a dream. It's not a dream.
no, so what
all a dream.
I took it was at I think it's clear to say Naya is a lesbian and Bree.
What is her sexual?
No, because I'm trying
preference,
I'm
orientation
trying
have to do-
because I'm trying to talk about the whole film.
Okay.
So that's why she's clearly in love with Bree, right? She wanted Bree to run away with her. Naya gets murdered, and then she's her and Dolph are alive at the end of the film. And then when Naya gets up to use the bathroom, I feel like she sees Bree in the shower. She's bloody and she's dead, and she's blaming her for it. It's guilt. It's survivor's guilt, I feel like. And she was kind of forced into marrying Dolph, I guess, because like I don't know what other option did she have? Because clearly that's not going to be a marriage that lasts, in my opinion.
But don't you feel like it's very abrupt because they're literally in the cabin and there's no like full resolution? Remember, the movie does start in a dream sequence.
Yeah.
So that does kind of tie into it too.
Well, yeah, but I feel like, yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that.
You didn't think about that, right?
But at the same time, why would she see Naya in the shower, dead and bloody, unless she
does make sense.
That's why
You're right.
That's why I think
right
that,
about that.
That's why I think that.
So everything 100% happened.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
I agree, but it's just an abrupt transition to the end, which I hated. Mike, your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't like the whole dream sequence bit. It was just a whole bad day altogether.
Man, come to fix the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
But the guy's turning.
He's screwing in nothing. Yeah,
nothing.
he's not screwing anything.
That was very silly.
Doesn't someone like Dolph or something like throw something at the guy screwing in nothing?
Yeah, he yells at the guy and he's like, "Get out of here, man!"
He throws something at him, or
does he throw something at him?
I
thought he just yelled like, "Get out of here, man!"
I feel like he threw like I don't know. I just feel like he threw something at. I don't know. I could be wrong.
And then Seth and Bree have that little, hey, like stare thing.
He's not even screwing anything in with the screwdriver.
That they allude to later on in the film. Yeah, Dolph finds the letter and confronts Bree,
Mhm.
and then they have that whole confrontation. What did you say?
Fall in line.
Fall in line,
You
baby.
need to learn. You need to learn to fall in line.
Yeah, he's a real pig. The guy, definitely creepy. Oh, he cheats on her himself too, right? With one of the bridesmaids, right? He cheats on Bree.
Yeah, I think he does actually. Well, I mean, yeah. So.
Is that canon? He definitely did.
No, yeah, I think he did, but they who was the girl?
I don't remember the character's name.
Yeah, but
I know she had like a ponytail or something like that.
yeah, he was. They have because they were having a conversation outside on the balcony, just like they were talking about their time together. I don't know if it's like a one-time thing or if it's like it was an ongoing affair.
Yeah, that girl was definitely the side chick.
Yeah.
She's definitely the side piece he was
the one
doing the dirty with.
Yeah, I mean he's not marrying her, so.
The hefty guy kill. Oh, she shouldn't have looked for the pine cones.
Oh, my head!
The fat dude was looking for the pine
yeah,
cones.
right.
That's why he got
Oh
whacked.
yeah, she's like, oh, I'm gonna go film some pine cones. This is like.
Yeah, he's like, well, if you're not gonna do anything, I'm gonna get myself a pine cone.
Or he found a really big pine cone,
Yeah.
or I don't know. It's just.
Plastic.
So
Oh, the
Dolph-
plastic crowbar. Let's show that scene. The plastic looks so bad, right? Yeah, that's awful. Awful. I'm giving it a 5.
Why
It's
even these,
so
these
bad. It's so terrible.
You know, I think if you give a 5, it's a bad kill though. I know you're giving
No,
it
I'm lying. I'm giving it a -5.
-5.
-5 because it's so damn bad.
Can you do a -5?
I'm implementing -5s.
All right,
And
so
Grimskull's with me. No, he liked it. Grimskull liked
I
it.
thought it was brilliant.
I'd give it a 1.5. That kill.
It doesn't even deserve that. It's pretty bad. But I don't think he actually dies though. But yeah, I'm giving it a -5. So let's talk about the costume design.
Okay.
So I felt like it's all over the place.
It is, yeah.
That girl,
Breeze,
Alexa or
Breeze-
Alexander,
Breeze best-
Alexa, right? She has this like pink over the top outfit. It's so
Yeah.
distracting.
It's
It's me.
It's like she's,
The entire like she's in the 1950s or something, right?
or she's. It's almost like she's wearing what she's gonna wear at the wedding. It looks very classy. And doesn't she have the gloves on too? The white gloves.
She's dressed to the nines in this
Yeah.
pink ridiculous outfit. Everyone else is in like modern clothing.
Yeah, like
Very weird
everyone's wearing like shorts.
choice
and
for that character's design.
that bothered me throughout the whole film.
It irked me
It was terrible.
to say the least.
It was a really bad.
Her character too was very annoying, a very annoying character.
Yeah.
But I believe she was in the original version of the fake trailer
Yeah.
of the
Didn't she
real
play
film or the fake
didn't-
film or the
didn't
short
she-
film.
Didn't she play like a different part, or she had she had
Either
like
played a different.
two
Oh no,
parts
she was. 2 parts were like fused,
one,
right? It was
yeah.
like Naya's and
hers.
the killers or something, like the hipster guys fused. Like she was the crazy one, but she was also the
Oh,
obsessed
she was
one.
the crazy one.
She was the crazy one in that.
Oh.
But she was also the obsessed friend. But,
I feel
but
like
not, but not obsessed like good like the Naya girl, like she was evil. Well, no, I mean, obsessed is probably bad either way, but I'm just saying like she wasn't bad.
I feel like it would have been a better film if they just had one friend who was jealous of the wedding and kills everyone, at the house, instead of, having the therapist and the guys working on the house and the whole, oh, I don't know if I want to marry my husband, and just the dream sequences and, the therapist office. It's just I don't know, it's just a little all over the place. And I feel like the film probably would work better as with a simpler storyline.
Yeah, a more concise story would probably work better. A little straightforward, run of the mill.
It would also make more sense.
But yeah, I mean, this is not a well written film. To be honest, not to be mean, it's not very well written.
it's really bad.
What did you say? Tell me about the actors. Do you think the acting was good in this film?
No, not really. I feel like there might have been like 1 or 2 good actors, but for the most part, it was just like, it was really like Dolph. Dolph's acting is terrible.
He's over the top.
He's very, very
He's
over
the top. He's
Just yelling.
He's yelling the whole time. Another guy, just get rid of him.
Yeah.
I was hoping he was gonna die,
And I feel
but
like,
I mean, I guess that's a good thing. You get an emotion out of me because I just couldn't stand the damn guy.
I mean, a lot of the characters for me were just like non-characters. It's like They could have taken like 3 characters and
They're very cardboard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just like they're just bodies.
Yeah,
there's
no real like life to them.
There's no character development.
Yeah, no character
I mean,
100%.
Finn had a little bit because he was sticking up for Naya. No, I'm sorry, for Bree. But other than that, they were just very like, just bodies to kill. A lot of them didn't have
cannon fodder. Yeah,
Yeah,
just line them up. Yeah, the acting it wasn't that great. The sound design, it's fine. It's not really bad. It's average.
Yeah.
But again, the score, I do like that score. It's an engaging score. I don't know. I'm a sucker for synths and 80s retro sounds.
Kind of ominous score.
So whoever composed that, great job. You did a great job.
Only good thing about the movie.
It's kind of mean.
Sorry, A&P Productions.
They're gonna come after us.
Yeah, they're gonna
Slashlorette us.
Yeah.
So something that we did not mention, but we're gonna revisit it right now is the so if you recall, Bree, she had a pregnancy.
Yeah.
With Dolph.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened with that?
So Bree, Bree doesn't want to marry Dolph, as we already know.
Yeah, she just detests him.
And she decides to go into the woods by herself and pick up a stick, and give herself an abortion. Do a self.
Treebortion.
Yes.
Treebortion.
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 Self-abortion with a tree
stick,
branch.
yeah.
A stick. And
pretty wacky.
Yeah, she's bleeding. After she performs the abortion, she's just like, I'm free, and they're like, what are you talking about? And they got to bring her back to the cabin. She's all covered in blood. It's a mess.
Yeah, she had like no pain. She was like completely fine.
Yeah. And there was
like nothing. She's just like, oh, I'm good now. I'm good.
I don't know how far into the pregnancy she was. She wasn't showing, but shouldn't there be like some type of like a fetus or something?
I think you'd be in an incredible pain if you used a stick to perform a surgery in the woods. I mean, the sticks are like dirty too, right? Like
yeah. Well, I mean, they're covered in dirt and like
very
probably animal urine,
dirty,
and stuff like that.
And on top of that, like not safe. So she definitely would be in a lot of pain if she did that.
At the beginning of it, I thought she was, how do I say this, giving herself a good time. And then I'm like, oh, wait, that's not what this is.
See, that's where your head goes.
Well, what is... Well,
your head goes...
Okay, all right.
She's getting a stick.
No.
She's going downtown. Oh, she's doing a tree abortion instead.
They don't mention that she's pregnant at all in the film. What am I supposed to think? They just threw that in there.
I would not think that she's...
What else would
automatically? Why would she be playing with herself?
Why would she be giving?
Why would she be doing that?
Why would she be giving herself an abortion in the middle of the woods? No, exactly. I feel like it makes more sense.
No, the woods.
It makes no sense.
Either way, it doesn't make sense.
They shouldn't have had.
But I'm saying, I would feel like that's more acceptable to do an abortion, rather than playing with yourself.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Maybe it's
in a horror movie. Evil Deadish, the trees. I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that like. You know what? It just doesn't. It doesn't fit in the. It was just something that they threw in. I feel like for filler. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me either way.
It could be filler. I don't know. It's useless either way. It doesn't really push the plot.
It doesn't
in
do
one direction.
It doesn't do anything.
Technically it does, because she had reservations and she wasn't willing to leave Dolph until that happened, and then she was like, "Oh, I can't do it." And then she's like, "I'm free now. I can do whatever I want."
I didn't think about that. That's true.
So technically, it did have an impact.
Yeah.
So we both failed.
Somewhat, because Dolph never finds out about the pregnancy. I feel like it would have been better if you found out about the pregnancy and you sort of bring that into the storyline. But it was just like, "Oh, I'm pregnant. Okay, now I'm not. Let's move on." Never mention it again. It's run of the mill horror film, slasher film that doesn't really offer anything new or interesting.
So would you say it's so bad it's good, or just so bad?
There's aspects of the film that are funny that make it good, but I would say overall it's still a bad film. Like I wouldn't go out of my way to watch it. Like even like to hate watch it. It's just a film that I've seen a couple times. I'm like, you know what? I don't need to see this again.
So your score 1 to 5 trash bags.
Yeah.
5 being best and 1 being worst. Where would you put it?
I would probably give it about 1.5 trash bags.
I may have to actually agree with you. I would probably also give it 1.5 trash bags, or at least 1, to be honest. If we're not doing the half-point system, which we're still working on here.
Okay.
I'd give it 1. I'd give it a 1 as of right now. Some goofy points, some funny stuff. But yeah, nothing out of the ordinary, nothing you haven't ever seen before. Great soundtrack. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's Slashlorette Party 2020 by A&P Productions.
You could see that on Amazon Prime, I believe, right? It was on Amazon Prime?
Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, if you want to watch it.
Here's my score. 1. The film is abysmal trash, just like my ex-wife. Before I killed her. Whoops, didn't mean to say that.
On a more serious note, though, I honestly think this movie was terrible. I couldn't even sit still through it. It was just so bad. The guy who made the soundtrack, though, he was amazing. I would use it in one of our films. He was that good. But overall, I give this movie 1 trash bag.
Guys, thanks for checking out the show. Trash Cinema episode 102, Slashlorette Party. We'll be looking out to see you again soon.